Hello, everyone, and this is Hatchsput Economics, and I want to talk about something very important today. So, I made this YouTube page. I've been trying my best to contribute to it as I'm busy doing various things. But as I got busier and busier, I said, what's the most important thing for success? What is the most, before anything else, what is something that you cannot substitute on the path to success? And it's time. Time is precious. And you hear that all the time. You hear time is precious all the time. And what does that mean? What does it mean that time is precious? Unless you're actually successful already and you're doing several different ventures and you're just trying to get all this in, you're not going to truly value time. And growing up, when I was a little bit younger, I didn't value time. I didn't see time as a commodity. Because remember, it's not something you can physically hold in your hand and look at. It's just time. And as you get older, you mature, you realize, shit, like, I wish I had more time. So I want to talk about the relationships we use that waste our time, that can destroy our pathway to success. And whether you're trying to be successful in a relationship, successful in a job, successful in education, career, I just want to talk to you about time. And it's a personal thing for me because I consider myself a very social, loving, forgiving person. I don't think I'm perfect, but I know that anyone that meets me can tell you that about me. I'm not perfect at all. I'm a human just like everybody else, thank God. But when it comes to the core of my being, I do have a strong sense of giving, being thoughtful, being considerate, and trying my best to put myself in people's shoes when I decide to do things or take actions. Again, not perfect, but that's who I am. I'm a very warm core. So that made me vulnerable to, be used. It made me vulnerable to have my time wasted. It made me vulnerable to, invest a lot in people and not get anything back. And it's a hard subject for me, because I truly believe in connectivity. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that we're here on this planet for one another. Everything else is frivolous. Like the whole essence of our being is because we're meant to connect, grow, and engage one another. I really believe that. It sounds like that's like some corny shit, but it's the truth. I get excited when I talk about other people. But if you want to be successful, whether you're trying to get to a different level in your life, whether you want to change your life, whether you don't like where your life is, whether you like where your life is, but you want more, you have to look around you and see who the people are in your life that is taking up your time. Are they connecting? Are they winners? Are they aggressive? Are they empowering you? And a lot of times we have to look around and say no. And I can say in all my friendships, all my relationships, even my business partnerships, where it's a professional environment, I'm always pushing people. I'm always trying to get someone to see the greatness in them. I'm always trying to get people to see the options in life. And I can honestly say I have not found that in any friend I've ever had in my entire life. And it's not to offend anyone, but I haven't found anyone to push me to that level or push me or engage me. I have to do it myself, and I don't expect it from no one. But if you're trying to be successful, if you're trying to be happy, if you're trying to be engaging, if you're trying to get to the next level, it does matter the people you have around you. And it's hard because if you're a good person like me, you're very drawn. So if you're in my life right now, I consider you somebody that is engaging. I consider you, somebody that's adding meaning to my life. I consider you someone that I can network with, someone that I can grow with. But before, I had friends and I can tell you, I've wasted so much time. And I want someone who's younger. If you're 18, 19, 20, do not waste your time with friends. Half of these friends you're breaking your neck for. Half of these friends you're wasting time and money and time you cannot get back. They're not going to be around. You have to understand a lot of people are energy vampires. And if you make them feel good, if you make them happy, if you make them feel, oh, hey, they'll keep you around. But in reality, nothing is perfect all the time. And the minute you make that person question themselves, the minute you make that person uncomfortable, they're not going to keep you around. And that's you can see it in the relationships. You can see it in your job. These are the same people who don't progress in their career. They'll sit in the same career for 15 years. These are the same people that will take relationships and probably be stuck in a bad relationship or take back somebody who cheated because they're not even putting themselves out there to meet new people. These are stale people. And I'm not trying to be a bitch, but it's just the truth. I personally can tell you there were people that were my friends that I would have died for. There were people that were my friends that I wasted money and time on. There were people that used to call me 6, 7, 8 times a day, and I would pick up the phone every single time and talk and enjoy myself, not realizing that I was getting nothing from my emotional investment. I was getting absolutely nothing. And we're in this trend now in society where it's an accomplishment of sorts to cut people off. And I'm like, really? If you can't develop a friendship, forget about developing an empire. If you can't develop a friendship, forget about developing a healthy marriage or relationship. That's why divorce is so high, because people do the same thing in a marriage. Once they don't feel good, they want to just throw it away. And that's why divorce is so high. That's why relationships are so hard. You're not going to get up every day and love your husband or wife. There might be days that pass. There might be weeks that pass. Shit, there might be months that pass where you're just not passionately in love. But if you two have a common goal, something beyond emotions, could feelings fluctuate? But if you two have a respect between each other, if you two have a mutual understanding between each other, if you two are aligned and there's something bigger than the both of you keeping you two together, then you can survive the marriage. You could actually grow it and love it and benefit if you're actually there for more than just feelings. But if it's just feelings, that's a joke, because we change, we fluctuate. Things can happen to our health, to our finances. Things can happen beyond our control. And if you're only there as long as it feels good, you're not a real friend. You're not a real partner. You're not even a real business partner, because business has the same up and down trends. So I'm here to tell you, evaluate your circle. Don't let what happened to me happen to you, because I can tell you 99.9% of the people have contributed nothing to my life. And the other way around, people are always using me for job references. People are always, they know I am loyal and I am secure. I have friends that I haven't seen in 8, 9 years, and they feel confident enough to put my name down a reference because they know Connie Walker will not disappoint me. I had friends that went to go work for Apple or Google or Amazon, and without a heartbeat, they know they can count on me because I'm going to be picking up the phone and answering. But the other way around, people don't do that. They just don't. And I'm not saying things can't happen in a friendship, but what are you getting out of it? Is this person helping you with your business? Is this person trying to network with other places? Is this person even supporting your dreams? Okay, are they talking about their 5-year plan, their 10-year plan? Does this person care about finances? It's just a lot that goes into friendship, and friendship takes up time, and time is the essence. It's the concrete of success. So even if you're in a romantic relationship and you're dating someone, what are they doing with their time? Besides dating you, how do they spend their days? What is their 5-year plan? What is their 10-year plan? It's not rocket science to see why some friendships end, why some marriages end, why some careers are dead end, because you don't respect the time. And you act like time is unlimited. Time is not unlimited. Just the other day, I remember I was in high school cutting class, eating Chinese food, 4 chicken wings and pork fried rice in Brooklyn. And I can't believe that, I'm 38. Like, I am 38 years old. And so many time has passed, and I don't feel it because it's like a flash. And I don't want the next 20 years of my life to be wasted. And it's truly important. As my circle of friends got smaller and smaller to the point where it was almost non-existent. I had 1 or 2 friends versus the 50, 60 friends I had. I realized that I had to depend on myself more and more, and I got more and more successful. I started my own HR consulting company. I got my real estate license. I got into medical sales. I started to looking into other ventures. I started doing more study into finance. I started looking at, what other companies can I build? And I was not doing that before because the people in my circle, they're not bad people. I had beautiful people in my circle. I wish them well. I hope they find all their dreams and passions, and I mean that, not being fake. But the truth is, the people in my circle were not on that hungry, I will tear down the wall, Incredible Hulk, transforming Optimus Prime, you can't fucking stop me. They didn't have that fire in that belly. And it does affect you. You know, you are a reflection of the people you hang out with. We don't like to think about that. And again, this is not a negative, oh, you're shitting on people. I'm not shitting on people. Everybody is different. You got some people who are happy coming home, and I call it the Homer Simpson. They work the 9 to 5, they turn on the TV, they drink their Duff Beer, and that's good. And guess what? It's called freedom in America. You can choose to be. But if you're not like that, and you want the American dream, you believe that you can be a millionaire, you believe that you can change lives, you believe there's something extraordinary about you, you truly have to put yourself aligned with those people. And if you pass a certain age and you have friends for a long time, that's your family. If you're in my life and you're my friend, I consider you family. But that's an honor. You know, that's a true honor, because once you're my family, I will live and die for you. Once you're my family, I will put your needs on the same level as mine. So you can't really give that to too many people, because you can hurt yourself and you can trample and destroy your own pathway to success. And people will tell you, you need time. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and, you know, everybody else that was rich, who is rich, Warren Buffett, somebody that I read about all the time, they get up like 4:30 in the morning. You can pause this video and look what it says is the keys to success. Time management, organization, priorities, you know, getting your priorities together, you know, implementing time strategies, organizational skills. So time is a precious commodity. And the reason why is because nobody can make more time. No matter what they do, you can't invest more time. So I'm here to tell you, especially if you are young, especially if you are not over the age of 35, and if you are, you can still, you can still hook it up. But if you are young and you have a whole bunch of friends, and I know because this happened to me, and you are in high school or college, please show this video to your friends, show this video around, make it go viral. Do not waste your time on the friends unless they are helping you to get to a certain point in life, unless they have the same dreams and ambitions. You can have friends that are the most wonderful, you know, they mean well, but they are going to stay in that same spot for the next 10, 20 years. And you can have friends that are not even that smart, not even that, you know, book smart, but they're hungry, they're aggressive, and they are creative, and they say, I am going to make it. I don't care what is in front of me. I don't care if I went to GED, high school. I don't care. And those are the people that need to be the core of your life. Those are the people that need to be in your life. Let me tell you something. I have helped so many people in my life. I don't want a cookie. And I don't help people because they can help me. I can honestly say, like, when I used to help people, people were so unnerved by my compassion. People were so uncomfortable with the way I used to be so kind. And they really thought, oh, she just wants to be your friend. And no, I actually don't. I'm doing it because I was a decent fucking human being. I used to help people, you know, get to a higher point in their career. I used to push for people. And I don't do that anymore because it has to be 50-50. Because if you help people too much, if you abuse your time and sabotage your success, and I mean this, you got to listen to this part of the video, you're going to hurt yourself. Because when I was helping all these people get to manager positions and supervisor positions, when I was able to be the perfect wingman in a department when I'm working with my boss, guess what? They become resentful. They get upset. They feel vulnerable because you helped to make them. They feel kind of like, you know, this person did everything for me. What does she want? What does she want? I have to say, like, there's nobody on God's green earth that can give me anything, only myself. I didn't grow up in a family where I needed to be begging people for stuff. I never ask. I go out there and I get it. Every single job, every single career, education, money. I have never been handed anything in my entire fucking life. I have never got hooked up. I never had somebody say, oh, you know, Connie? Yeah, okay, let's go. But I have done that the opposite way because I know how it feels when you're trying to be successful. But instead of those people being thankful, they come back and stab me in the back. I had a colleague that wanted to be a manager in one of the places I was working, and I did everything for her to get to that point. And when she got there, she stabbed me in the back. Totally ungrateful, no loyalty, absolutely nothing. So I'm telling you, you gotta surround yourself with like-minded people. You gotta surround yourself with intelligent people, with people that are going where you are going. Don't make your success harder. Because who are you gonna network with? Who are you gonna network with? When you get to a certain level of success, it doesn't matter. You need to have a network of people, people that can build a legacy with you, people that can actually contribute to your success. It don't matter if you are the most successful person in the world. If you don't have a network in that business, in that community, if you don't have an infrastructure of people, a pathway, you're wasting your time because you lose that job. What happens? You're back to ground zero. But if you have a network, a community, if you got connections and you're growing and you're developing, and even at the peak of your level, you're still out there hitting the pavement, making a name for yourself, building your brand, you're gonna be okay. And that's what you have to do. And this is a hard video for me to make, but I had to make it because in these past couple of months have been tough months for me, changing my career, looking for a job, starting other businesses, taking experimental risk, looking at stuff I've never looked at before. But I have done more because the circle got smaller. And one more thing I want to say to people, you have to look. My mom taught me, look how other people treat other people when there's a conflict. Look at other people, how they treat other people when there's an issue. You can't build a successful circle with shaky people. You gotta beware shaky people, people who are dramatic, drama queens, people that can't handle conflict, weak people. You can't build your foundation on weak people. And you're like, what does Connie mean? I mean, if you have a friend, and this happened to me, and you have a small issue, and that person is so unnerved because you're such a great person, and they have no tolerance at all. Like they think you gotta be perfect, kind of like a Barbie doll, and you can't even be yourself. You can't have stress, and they expect you not to have any complaints at all, and they're quick to throw out, oh, you're negative, this and that, but yet you're like, okay, but I do 99% of everything for you. Like I am there 100%. Like who is like me? No one. But that's what happens when that person's not on your level and they treat people disposable. That person I'm talking about actually had a friend, and they were close with that friend. And something happened, a conflict between the two of them. And I was a little bit unnerved how that person treated that person, dismissed that person. Because I'm a woman, I'm an adult. And if I have an issue with you, I will let you know. Even if I don't plan to talk to you anymore, I'll give you an opportunity to state your case. You never know, because people do crazy shit. But it's called being an adult. I'm 38. I may look a little bit younger, but I'm going to say, hey, this is what happened, like a normal fucking intelligent, college-educated fucking human being. But then this person just cut this other person off. And I knew from then that this is not a stable emotionally person. Like, it bothered me. And when I would bring it up to them, they were like, oh, we weren't really close. And I'm like, yeah, you actually were. Oh, this person can't handle conflict. And they'll never go far in their life, because if you think that's difficult, boy, oh boy, wait till you get to the corporate world. Wait till you get to the business world. Wait till you get to try to open your own business. Wait till you try to grow your brand. Wait till you try to get someplace as a person of color. Holy shit. If you can't do that, good fucking luck. You're always going to be at the mercy of other people's, perception. You're always going to be at the mercy of other people. Because if you can't control your small relationships, forget about your marriage being successful. Forget about your relationships being happy. That's minuscule. A little friend, at your place of work. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, we're really in a society that think it's cool and empowering to cut relationships. And these same people are wondering why they get divorced. These same people are wondering why they can't keep a relationship, why they're not growing in their careers. They have no respect for time. A friendship is time. A relationship is time. Working someplace for 10, 12 years and not advancing, that's time. And you cannot get it back. And you're going to look back later on in life like I did. That's why I made this video, and say, holy crap, I wasted so much time with this person. I got nothing to show. I got bills, credit card stuff. I got nothing to show. And you have to be really selective of who you spend your time with. And you deserve the person you are. If you're a good person and you got a big heart and you're intelligent and you're giving, surround yourself with the same people. You don't deserve to surround yourself with someone who treats you as dispensable and wastes your time, because everything's connected. You have to understand that person that you spent 50 hours a week with, that could have been you learning a new language. That could have been you getting your real estate license. That could have been you learning a new craft. That could have been you going to a business networking event. That could have been you actually taking a second major or even going to school again. You don't understand, like, it's such a precious commodity. And I don't want to see people make the mistake I did. So before you can be successful, you can apply this formula to anything. If you're dating a guy or a girl, and okay, I like them, I like her, I like him, whatever it may be, and you see that this person has nothing going for them in career wise, okay, what's their ambition? Nothing. What's your 5-year plan? Nothing. What do you want from life? Nothing. Okay, there's a good chance you guys might not work out, and you need to build, because what keeps people together is an agenda. What keeps people together is having a like mind, not love, not affection. I mean, that might bring you together in the beginning, but there's gonna be days you don't wanna look at your spouse. You don't wanna look at your girlfriend, boyfriend. It's called being normal. Even your pet, my cat, has days where I pet him on the head and he's so happy. And there's some mornings I give him the same type of petting and he's like boxing my hand away like, bitch, don't touch me. I'm like, what happened? What happened, Gigi? Why are you so mad at me? What happened? So it's normal that people fluctuate, but what keeps you together? What's the common bond? It's respect, it's goals, it's commitment. You know, it is persistence, it is passion, it is something beyond getting out your feelings. So if you're surrounding yourself with people like that, good luck, because you can't build a foundation on shaky people. You got to build your foundation on what? A sure thing. So I tell people, somebody the other day was asking me, well, do you have any friends? And I'm like, it was hard for me to answer that. I was like, nah, not really. And they were like, really? A nice girl? You're so... And I said, well, at this point in my life, if you're in my life at this point, I consider you family. You know, I consider you someone that if I need help, you'll be there for me. If I need something, you do everything I can. You do everything you can to help me. You know, I have endometriosis and PCOS. I've had surgery 5 times. You know, I can't have flaky friends that if I spill their coffee mug, they don't care. And I just invested 6 years of my life. That's not a friend. That's a joke. I can't have friends that if I died tomorrow wouldn't realize I was dead for 8-9 months because they're mad over a shoelace. You can't do that. And it's not about me being petty. It's about you valuing your time. And there are so much amazing things in this world to see, to do. There's so much that you have to give. And there's so much, it takes an hour to make a thought that can impact you a lifetime, make you wealthy, make you rich. It takes a minute to just think about something that can change your life. What if the maker of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, what if he had flaky friends? What if somebody told him, get out the college dorm, let's go get high? Because you know he spent all his time in the dorm working on that Facebook shit because he was a nerd. What if somebody told Steve Jobs, you know, why you always fucking around with these phones, man? Ain't nobody go buy no smartphone. Let's go to the burger place in the mall. Let's go chill. Do you understand how the most simplest things can impact? I've had friends where I had tech ideas and I was talking to them about tech ideas that are actually getting worked on and marketed as we speak. And I would tell my friends, and it would be not a big deal. And I used to push them and motivate them and tell them to see their greatness. And what did I get for that? No loyalty. Why are you going to do that? So I'm making this video to encourage people, analyze your circle. Look how they treat the people in their life. What can they contribute to you? What can they give to you? And I'm not saying people got to be perfect. I'm not saying people have to be carbon copies of you. I'm not talking about 7 and 9 and you got to assimilate into one big successful cyborg. But are they even supporting your dreams? Are they there for you? Do they put you first beyond their ego? Because I care about people. Even if I have a friend and we're not on good terms and they're in an area that's dangerous. They're about to get hit with a tornado. I have class and sophistication. I'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you, it's called being a human being, but you don't want to attach yourself to people who are so mentally like sick and childish that they don't even appreciate that. Because that's, again, is time. And your time is money. And that's your success. What if I had another Akani? I'd probably be king of the world if I could meet someone with my ambition and my drive. But it's hard. So I'm out there networking. I'm out there going to finance networking. I'm out there going to real estate developing networking. I'm out there talking to people. I'm taking risk looking at areas and careers I've never looked at before. Thinking about investing in this stock and this bond and learning about IRAs and what I can do, to secure financial wealth and have several streams of income. Yes, that is time. And I really am passionate. I really want to get to the young people because I see them, I see my nephew, 10, 20 friends, 40, 50 friends, and you're all chilling all the time and everybody's just looking at TV and they're on the phone and nobody's actually doing anything. And one day life is going to, bam, hit you like a brick. You're going to be broke. You're going to be hating your job. You're going to hate your wife or your girlfriend. You're going to have kids you didn't know you had. Like, what's going on? You're just not going to have control. And the true essence of success comes controlling your time, controlling who takes up your time, and controlling what you put your time towards. And again, I'm not saying anyone's bad. I don't think I've had any evil people in my life, probably one or two in my entire 38 years. But you have to look at the characteristics of someone. You have to look at the mentality of people. You got to look at who they are. How do they grow up? And are they compassionate? Do they care about you? Like, I have a lot of stuff that I deal with, and no one can ever know what it's like to be me and what it takes to be me to go through my day. Dealing with having endometriosis and dealing with PCOS. These are personal things. And I don't go around, expecting people to know how I feel when the minute I open my eyes and go to bed. But the minute I open my eyes, that's my experience. That's my world. And I have a lot of stuff going on that's not pretty, but if you're going to have people in your life, they have to respect your experiences. They have to respect your perspective. They don't have to understand, but it's called respect. And that's another thing too. People have to respect your time. And if you're investing in friendships, you're investing in relationships, you're investing in business partnerships, you got to look to see who's around you because you got to drop that dead weight. You really do. Because I said to myself, I was speaking to one of my friends that was my best friend. I was like, damn, all the time I was on the phone speaking to this person, that could have been doing medical sales, which I'm actually doing too. I just got into medical sales. I finally got into medical sales, which is selling devices, pharmaceuticals, which is a very lucrative thing. I'm doing so many things at once, all by myself, because the distractions are gone. And it hurts me to say that because the people in my life were corporate robots that only can work and function according to a corporation's demand. They didn't have the balls and the energy to make their own pathway. These are the people that will sit in the same position for 10, 20 years. These are the people that will doubt their own greatness because they need their confidence validated from external factors. These are the people that don't know what it is to be strong and be positive. Because if you're a black person and a person of color, I hate to talk about the color thing, but it is there. And you're a black woman, no one can talk to me about positivity. No one can talk to me what it means to keep going and be, because for you to even think as a black woman in America that you can have more than anyone else, that takes a certain amount of balls. For you to get up every morning and apply for jobs and get rejected, or you're 3 times as better. I have been through so much shit. I had managers, and this is real talk, that were terrified of my intelligence, that told other managers that they sabotaged me because I was so smart, I was going to take their job. This was actually said. And for me to continue going, it takes an incredible amount of positivity, not considering what is Connie going through, but forget about work. How does Connie feel? Is she sick today? How's her medication? Like, I had to manage myself and go to the gym and lose weight, find the right doctors and interview doctors and go to the different doctor and get my medications for my PCOS and just so much. And I am truly proud of the person I am. And that's one thing I want to say. When you're talking about time, Don't waste your time doubting yourself. Don't waste your time, using other people's perceptions to create your reality. Don't waste your time talking bad about yourself. The time in here is eternal. Even when you go to sleep, you're going to be still functioning. So make sure you build your confidence. You're going to have people that talk about you. You're going to have people that have feedback about you that's not true. You're going to have people that have opinion about you. Let them have it. This is America. You got transgender rights, you got gay rights, you got civil rights. People have rights all over. So you have the right to live the way you want to live and love yourself. Use your time efficiently. Don't waste your time being depressed. Waste your time feeling bad. Waste your time about feeling depressed about getting help if you're depressed. Don't feel bad because your time is limited. And I'm telling you something right now. I don't care if you have a Harvard degree. I don't care if you have a 6-figure salary and 5 houses. I don't care if you have any of those. If you don't manage your time in regards to engaging with the right people, if you don't manage your time in regards to thinking positive and not wasting time doubting yourself and not having confidence, you're not going to be successful. And even if you get a little bit of it, you won't hold on to it because that's what the world does. The world breaks you down. You got people who you would have died for a couple of months ago talking shit. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm so hurt. But you can't do that. Do you know who I admire before I end this video? I admire Kanye West. A lot of people don't like Kanye. And they say he's arrogant. You need that. A lot of people say, oh my God, he's crazy. You need that. You need to have a ridiculous amount of self-belief, a ridiculous amount of confidence to survive in this world. And if you let people with their opinions, if you let the opinion of every single solitary person affect you, you're not going to be successful. You're not. If you let the opinion of friends who won't even be in your life 5 years from now, 6 years from now, the average friendship in America has a lifespan of under 5 years. So you're stopping yourself from getting connected. You're stopping yourself from being engaged. It matters. It matters tremendously, the influences you have around you. So I'm here to tell you, I love Kanye because he is an arrogant asshole. But if you listen to him, he doesn't put down other people in the sense where I'm the greatest and you can't be great. That's where it becomes an ego thing. He doesn't put down other people and say, hey, I'm the best who ever lived and there can't be nobody else. He's building up his armor because I'm going to tell you, this is a cruel, cruel, cruel world. And if you don't come in with your armor, if you go into the battle and say, I'm nice and huggable like I used to like an idiot, you're going to get destroyed. So you need to make sure you have confidence, positive affirmations. You're looking in the mirror. You're telling yourself, I can do it. I can get there. I can be it. If you're not doing that, good luck. You're not going to be successful. So it's a combination of time and confidence and compassion and giving yourself what you know you deserve. So I hope this video made sense. I hope you get it. I'm not talking about being antisocial. I'm not telling you all your friends are evil. I'm telling you that time is limited. And no matter who is in your life, whether it's your lover, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your work relationship, the networking, the relationships you're building at work, what are they doing for you? 5 years from now, how can those relationships impact you and take you to where you want to go? Do you know where you want to go? Do you spend time thinking about it? Are people in your circle thinking about where they're going to be 5, 10 years from now? It's all about connectivity. And again, I don't think people are evil. I don't want people to watch this video and say, gosh, that was really negative. This is positive. This is about empowering you, taking control, knowing where you're going, knowing where you're coming from, and getting the people you deserve in your circle. Even if it's one person, even if it's just yourself. If you are a kind, giving, and generous person, why are you going to put people in your life that would drop you at a feather? Why are you going to put people in your life that you would die for? And if you get that person upset, they're walking away, mad, cool, and don't even call you. That you just wasted so much valuable commodity, which is time in that person. And you got absolutely nothing for it. Even if you have a business venture with someone, or you guys were going to networking events and you guys were building something together, at least if the friendship ends, you could say, you know what? Friendships are for a time, but at least during this time when I was talking to Heather or Bobby or Donald or whatever name, I'm just making up names, they added to me. they contributed to me. They, they taught me this, they taught me that. It was beneficial. I'm sorry it ended. You can't even say that. So I'm telling you, value your time. Drop the dead weight. Do a friend analyzation. Look around to see how do they treat other people. Are they one of those I cut people off? Because people that make that an accomplishment, that's really their only accomplishment. Think about it. You cut people off, and what did that make them feel? Empowered. And let me tell you something, the joke and the secret. If you made it this far, you deserve the secret. The secret is people that cut people off are the biggest users in the world. Because if you offend me, I'm gonna cut you off if it's really bad. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna cut you off. But notice, when people cut people off, it's normally when they get everything they need and they don't need that person anymore. They reach a certain pinnacle in life and they feel like they made it. And okay, I could cut this person off. I guarantee you, if that person was looking for a job and needed a reference, they're not cutting you off, boy. If that person needed money, they're not cutting you off, boy. If that person needed you for a specific assignment, they ain't cutting you off. They're very opportunists. You got to look at them. I always say, oh, you cut that person off. That person was paying your rent. That person was doing this and that for you. That person was, your emotional support. That person was there for you. Isn't it funny that they cut the people off after they get everything they need? Have you ever seen somebody cut somebody off in the middle of them building something with them, or they're paying something for them, or they're helping them with something? Have you ever seen that? Conveniently, people that cut people off always are at a certain point where they feel, they may not be there, where they feel they made it and they don't need you anymore. So I laugh at those people because they're a joke. That's the only way they can feel empowered. They don't have control and power in their life. They don't have confidence. So when you cut somebody off, it's a very definitive thing. It's like, I did it. I cut them off. You feel like an ego boost. You feel like, the kind of like Goku charging up there. And you feel like, yeah, I did it. Because they don't have any other control. They're not a manager. They're not a boss. They don't own a company. They're not the leader in their relationship. They're probably, the person that takes all the shit and get cheated on. So it's not like they have anything else to go for them. I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but look at it. It's a psychology thing. I have been known to be very compassionate and give people chances and chances. And not because I'm weak, it's because I'm strong and I'm confident in myself. And I feel to a certain degree I have control. Because if I don't have control over endometriosis, if I don't have control over PCOS, if I don't have control over my weight, if I don't have control as a Black woman being successful, getting my education, continuing my career, growing my finances, I'm going to fail. It's not an option. So I know, that life can be challenging, and I know life is not a straight road. So I'm willing to be compassionate. I'm willing to give people chances. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But I see some people have amazing relationships, friendships, even work relationships, and that person can do something so minuscule and childish, and they'll destroy the entire thing. And I'm like, well, that's human psychology. That's the only time they feel empowered is to do that, because if you look at the rest of their life, they don't have that power anywhere else. So that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. I know it's 40 minutes, but I think it's one of the most important videos you could ever watch. I'm speaking from personal experience. So yes, I do believe if you want to be successful, you have to analyze your circle, drop the dead weight. And I'm not talking about people in a negative way. You got to see what they're contributing to you in your life. And if you look at life from that scope, you can help yourself relationship-wise, you can help yourself business-wise, you can help yourself career-wise, and even just for your own spiritual growth. What are people contributing to you? If you're crazy about somebody in a relationship or crazy about a guy or girl, and you're like, gosh, do I go forward? Just think, what is this person doing for themselves 5 years from now? How can you grow from this person? How can you learn from this person? And if you can't answer those questions, you just answer the main question. Probably you should be dating that person. And the same thing with friendships. What are you doing with your life? How can this person contribute? And it may sound superficial, but it's not, because friendship can't be all about we're having a good time and we're laughing, because you're going to wake up some mornings and have a disagreement. You're going to wake up some mornings and not get along. And if the only thing keeping any type of relationship is how you feel in that moment, you're going to fail. So there needs to be a common agenda, a common scheme that you guys are working on, something beyond your feelings, quote unquote. So when the feelings fluctuate, you have a certain obligation to continue to, be together, work together. And whatever that is, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, whether it's a relationship or boyfriend or a work relationship, if you're just doing things for emotions, that's why everything fucks up, because emotions are a steady thing. We vote for a president, it's Trump, but you vote for a president, you vote. You don't wake up 6 days later and say, hey, I'd like to change my vote. Can I reignite the ballot? No, once you make a decision, you're committed to it. And unfortunately, we're committed to this asshole for 4 years. Hopefully not. But you get what I'm saying. It's not like you can change. But in a relationship, people see people as dispensable. I can get rid of this person. I can get rid of that person. And it's not a healthy thing. And whether it's business, whether it's a friendship, it's something I'm very passionate about, because at this age I am now, I look back and I say, shit, I wasted time and money and energy and effort, and I got nothing for it. Not one thing. I've always been the contributor. I've always been the educator. I've always been the connector. I'm always the one that's pushing people to see their greatness. I'm always the one on the phone saying, hey, you're so intelligent. You're so, brilliant. And I mean that. I'm like, gosh, where could we get you to the next level? I don't know if people thought I was just doing that to get a friendship I was born that way. From I was young, I've always been the person that's been committed and trying, my best to push people to a certain level. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope I see some feedback. I know it's long. You don't have to watch my face and watch it. You can watch it in parts and leave me your comments. All right. Thank you guys.